Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in. This is going to be an amazing show, and it's going to be full of positivity, but I want to start off with something that really angers me, and it's so nauseating and disgusting and frustrating. It's not frustrating, it's to be expected. First and foremost, Eric H526, Luke St. Martin, thank you very much, gentlemen, for being the two best moderators in all of YouTube. To my super chat, I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding like some people who want to get money out of politics. So you allow me to do what I do, and I thank you for that. I am livid. I am so upset. Let's put it this way. If I think about it too much, I get very upset. But I don't think about it too much because I expect this behavior from the most duplicitous, disingenuous, vile, insidious, two-faced hypocrites who've ever walked this earth. If you said one thing about Madam Secretary in 2016, oh my God, if you said one thing in September of 2016, you were the spawn of Satan. When there was a health scare, oh my God, you should have been embarrassed and ashamed of yourself. You should have wished you were never born. The reverence, the sheer syrupy love and reverence and admiration and like the maniacal fervor around protecting or around any critique at all of her health. Oh my God, it was like if you said one negative word, you were banished and you were, they looked at you like you were the lowest being. And I never said a negative word. I wished her the best. Now you have Washington Examiner. Twitter says it will remove tweets that hope for the president, I don't want to use the word, but that hope the president loses his life. You have social media sites that have to remove messages from liberals and progressives and left-leaning people that demand reverence, that demand respect, that demand you embrace their rear end, that demand civility, and that you hearken back to a better time in this nation's history when we all got along. And Twitter said on Friday that it will delete messages hoping for President Trump to lose his life. This is ex-staffer for President Obama. It's been against my moral identity to tweet this for the past 4 years, but I hope he loses his life. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? This is President Obama's staffer. Are you kidding me? For what? For being the first president to step foot in North Korea, to begin détente between North and South Korea, for record low unemployment, record low Black and Latino unemployment. For what? Why should he lose his life? For making $255 million, and it should be more than that, permanent every year for historically Black colleges and universities? He's allocated more funding to historically Black colleges and universities than any president ever, including President Obama. He signed the First Step Act, unlike Biden, who was directly responsible for a 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. 100, very likely at that time, 100 people of color and one person who looked like Biden being arrested or convicted for possession or use of the same narcotic, the same illegal substance, a 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. And then we have to hear all the pontificating and the lectures about structural injustice. Well, who do you think created this structural injustice? People like Biden with a 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. Gee, you think he fits the definition of supremacy? This is why the euphemisms they use and the political ideology that they pretend is, they engage in this verbal refuse that ignores super predator comments, that ignores what Biden told Charlemagne the God. So you have Biden saying, you ain't, if you don't vote for him, you ain't who you are. And this is the same man who presided over a 100-to-1 sentencing disparity. And Kamala Harris put people of one man, a black man who was innocent, incarcerated him. She unjustly incarcerated her prosecutors, I should say, not her personally, but she was at the sentencing. She was part of that case. Jamal Truelove, in a peripheral, a tangential manner, she was part of that case. So you have Democrats who are literally convicting people of color who are innocent and subjecting them to 100-to-1 sentencing disparities, but Trump should lose his life. Really? Really? That's interesting. So you know what that tells me? That tells me that Democrats don't care about anything but image. Trump is bringing home Americans, setting the groundwork to bring home Americans from never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts. So he should lose his life? He ended officially the war in Afghanistan. He should lose his life? Are you serious? These are the liberals who, if you dare treat them the way they treat you or the way they treat Trump, oh my God, the outrage. Oh my God, he's a mean person. You couldn't get more belligerent, mean, boorish, uncouth people than on the left. You couldn't find more disrespectful, apoplectic, seething, fuming people. And to my super chat, Eric H526, hello H, hello everyone, hope all is well. Nice haircut, thank you Eric. Thank you Eric H526, thank you. Thank you, Eric and Luke, for being the two best moderators in all of YouTube. Thank you very, very much. Zero Manny! Trump. Where's your one? Zero Manny, thank you! Zero Manny, thank you. Jennifer Raymer! A nice haircut, HA, but please keep some hair. Looks good. Thank you so very much. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep hair from now on. Maybe just do what I did with the sides and the back. But Jennifer, thank you so very, very much. Jennifer, thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Zero Many. Thank you, Eric H526. But I want to know. So Trump is the bully. But they're the ones who set him up and frame him with a dossier that Clinton purchased. They're the ones who accused him and everyone he knew and his family and his son, by the way. When Biden, my son did nothing wrong. Well, what did the media and Democrats do with Donald Trump Jr. for years? And when Trump said my son did nothing wrong, they were like, oh yeah, right. Biden, my son did nothing wrong. Well, now you know how Donald Trump Jr. feels, except with this time, it's actual millions upon millions of dollars. Colleen Luna, thank you so very much, Colleen. Thank you so very much. Colleen Luna, thank you. Thank you so much. Aria! Love your haircut, H.A. God bless you. God bless you, Aria Lee. Colleen, thank you. Aria, thank you so very, very much for always watching. Thank you so much for always watching and being just awesome all the time. Thank you. Thank you, Aria. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you. JSpot51 pointing out hypocrisy doesn't work with, I don't know what to call them, the willfully ignorant. It's true. JSpot51, you're 100% right. It doesn't work. They never admit. See, when I'm pointing out the hypocrisy, I agree with you. There's no point in. I don't expect them to change. I expect them to get worse. JSpot51, I agree with you. Aria, thank you. Colleen, thank you. Dana, 426, love you, H.A. Goodman. Thank you, Dana. Thank you so very much. Thank you, Dana, 426, for watching. And please be here, Dana. Please be here. Because November 3rd is going to be the most important day in the history of the internet. The past 20 years, Dana, JSpot51, Aria, Colleen, everyone here. The past 20 years, the internet's been a ubiquitous part of people's lives for the past 20 years. And November 3rd will be the most important day of the internet. I will have a live stream on this channel, numerous live streams, uploads. I'll have live streams in October, late October, in November on H.A. Goodman's other channel. And we'll get to that in a second. But I want to know the same people who demand, who call President Trump a bully are actually the biggest bullies themselves. Dana, 426, thank you so very much, Dana. Thank you. These people are the most vile, despicable people. I'm telling you, I was on the left, I know. I was like so naive. Do you understand how naive? Dana, Colleen, Aria, everyone here, JSpot51, Eric, I was so naive. I was like, oh, well, you know, if I am actually pushing for Bernie Sanders, because I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I was the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Huffington Post, and I was the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. Rich Wesley! Oh my good, I do impressions. My goodness, for Rich, if you just asked me without the super chat, I would have done it, because Rich, you're so generous and awesome. But Rich, here, I'll do, let me see. I just think it's so horrible and terrible that people have engaged in such vile and nefarious behavior. I would never wish the pandemic or the bubonic plague on anyone. And it's just too bad that Trumpy has to deal with this, but I think that it's just so wrong, and I wish that people could just get along and act civil. I just want to say I feel your pain, Trump. I wish I could. I say, Rich, I could. Let's see. Let me think. I could probably do a better one. Rich, thank you. Oh my goodness, I really feel bad. The balloons and the party accessories
and the big giant cake and the festivities and the alcohol. That had nothing to do with Trump's announcement. I feel really bad. I feel your pain. I can feel a lot more if you won't.
Rich Westlake, thank you, Rich. I'm trying to. For some reason, I don't have it completely there tonight. I don't have it completely there, Rich. Matt, thank you. Ryan, thank you. Rich, thank you. L'chaim, Sir William. L'chaim to you. William Holloway, spot on critique every time. Thank you so very much, William. Hidden for time, thank you. Hidden for time. William, Rich.
I want to thank you very much, Rich. And the giant balloons outside our house, and the party and the guests, that had nothing to do with the recent statement from the president.
Rich, thank you. William Holloway, thank you. Hunter's Moon. You know what? I didn't. Hunter's Moon. Hunter's Moon. I don't know why though. I must be off because I don't exactly know what you're referring to. Hunter's Moon. Hunter's Moon. Thank you. I hope all is well. William, l'chaim to you. Thank you so very much, William. Thank you, Rich. Thank you so very much. But this is, I can go on forever. The biggest bullies, the threats to democracy. Okay, it is a threat to democracy to allow clandestine organizations, shady, shadowy, clandestine intelligence organizations to side with political parties. That is a threat to democracy. That is the antithesis of democracy. We have to hear that these sermons and this preaching, this nauseating kind of nonsense. It is not a threat to democracy for President Trump to have won the Electoral College. That's what democracy is about, winning the Electoral College. Chantha Hanisana! What is going on with the Republican having an outcome? President, please pray. You know what? I don't know. I think that, you look, Chantha, Trump has a busy schedule. And if you look, there are so many from one of the CNN anchors to MSNBC anchors to there have been more liberal and progressive. There have been more liberal pundits. I don't want to bring up their names, but there have been more people on the left that are out there that have tested positive than anyone, like actors. And so it's like he has Chantha. He has a schedule that doesn't quit. He is always around. He's always traveling. Always meeting with people. He's not like Biden where they just stick him in a basement and that's it. And they say, okay, he's running for president, kind of. Well, obviously, if you're in your basement all the time, see, in life, you have to take some risks. You have to take educated risks. There was a horrible, horrible story. Chantha, thank you. Horrible story, ladies and gentlemen. And this is worse than the pandemic, in my view. Oh my God. This is in Southern California. I don't want to talk about. I don't want to talk about exactly where it is. In my view, this is worse than the pandemic. This is in Southern California. 2 children lost their lives because of a drunk driver. And I don't want to get into the details because it's just so horrendous. But This woman was driving drunk at in the day and struck the 2 children. And it is that is like hell on earth. This was in Southern California yesterday. I'm not going to get into the specifics. It was in the evening. Okay, it was in the evening. Unbelievable. This woman hits 2 children. And she was drunk. And alcohol, in my view, is far more dangerous than the pandemic. Far more dangerous. Alcohol, the abuse of alcohol. And you risk your life and people. Oh my God. And the parents were able to pull two of their 4 children back, but the other 2 they couldn't. And this woman, oh my God. So there are tragedies and horrific tragedies every day in this world. And the media and Democrats hide and pretend that they don't. Okay, you're talking about people who do not care about historical suffering, believing anyone, interference from other countries, cheating, being belligerent. They do all of those things, but in their own public relations style. Chanta, thank you. They're only about image. The most dangerous, the most destructive substance in the world, I'll just phrase it as the abuse of alcohol on the entire planet. The abuse of alcohol, more than any other substance, because you are at night, you're not safe. That's why I'm a member of the California Highway Patrol 1199 Foundation. And that's a charitable philanthropic organization for the California Highway Patrol and for officers who've lost their lives and their families, for the families of officers who've lost their lives. And California Highway Patrol is all around the freeways and highways spanning hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles throughout California. And they do a lot. Like, they're not just law enforcement. If you get into an accident, they help you. So they do a lot. But they protect the roads from drunk drivers. If you want to hide and say, well, you can't open up society, well, then ban alcohol tomorrow. Let's have prohibition all over again. You want to have prohibition all over again? You want to save lives? Ban cigarettes. Banning cigarettes will save a lot more lives than shutting down the economy because of the pandemic. Are you kidding? You cannot engage in draconian tactics and cause people to lose their income. If you cannot work, that is infinitely more dangerous for your well-being than the pandemic ever will be. If you cannot put food on the table, if you cannot pay for your medication, if you cannot put clothes, earn money to clothe and to feed and to protect your family. You are in a far worse position than the pandemic could ever, impose upon you. You want to save lives? Ban alcohol tomorrow. Ban cigarettes tomorrow. Ban fast food. Ban fast food. You want to save lives? Ban soda. If you want to, where do you want to take this to as a society? So Democrats don't really care. They utilize 200,000. Yeah, mostly sorry to say, most are in blue states, and over half are in about 10 to 11 blue states run by Democrats who are apoplectic, who tried to kick President Trump out of office. Mr. Big! H.A. Was there one thing that separated you from the Democratic Party, or was an accumulated effort? By the way, Commie left to say hello, comrade. Mr. Big, the day that I said enough is enough is when they sued President Trump and Russia and Santa Claus and the Loch Ness Monster and everybody under the sun for losing. That's the day I said enough is enough, but I really knew I had to leave Mr. Big when they lost the election, and then they doubled down on a losing hand. So I thought that when they lost the election, they would change, but all they did was continue with the Trump, Russia, and that's all they focused on. And I knew, but I mean, the hit pieces, the vitriol, the infighting. I had a couple of people on the left try to attack me for no reason. It's just an unhappy place. Mr. Big, everyone here, the left is an unhappy place. And look, if you're listening, you're on the left, get out. You don't have to say that I told you to do so. Or I'm just telling you, though, get out. Don't be part of that dysfunctional world. It is so unhealthy. Beyond the infinite. Thank you, Mr. Big. Thank you. Beyond the infinite. MSM, DNC say that Trump does because of irresponsibility. Yeah, right. Does that irresponsibility extend to the 7.5 million people? Exactly. Beyond the infinite. Exactly. President Trump, this is the thing. The people who followed the rules still got it. So, Seagull, hello. The people who follow the rules still got it. So does that mean the rules don't work? You have to live your life. Exactly. Beyond the infinite. The man works hard. The man has a more powerful motor. He has more energy than most millennials, most 20-year-olds, than I do. I couldn't do what Trump does every day. I couldn't. He's probably awake most of the day, and then they try to mitigate all his success. Oh, he's always golfing. It's like, think about the moments where he is without people trying to undermine him. He probably, can at least speak his mind or speak speak to people. Or communicate without the communication being stolen from him and leaked to the press on the golf course. Or look, he's always campaigning. He's always at rallies. He's always doing things that he's always doing things that Biden does not do. So. Ryan Corcoran, thank you, Ryan, thank you very, very much. Thank you, Ryan Corcoran, thank you very, very much. But I wanna transition now to the following. Ladies and gentlemen, Helmut Norpoth. Helmut Norpoth has predicted 5 of the past 6 elections. And he has a model based on enthusiasm and votes. He doesn't have a model based on public relations nonsense like polls or approval. Check this out. And he made me, just by looking at his polls, he made me look at something. This is very interesting. Ryan and everyone here, Mr. Big, Beyond the Infinite, Ryan H. Hello, Ryan H. Check this out, everybody. Beyond the Infinite, Mr. Big, Chanta, Hanasana. Check this out. This will shock you beyond belief, everybody. Go back to Iowa. Let's just go back to Iowa. He has to, Trump did better in his primary than, I think, like any other president in recent history. Like something like the man dominated. There was no challenger, not even close, okay? I mean, generally incumbents don't really have challengers, but the level of support, like people didn't even have to go out and vote for President Trump, but they did. But check this out. Where did I put the Iowa primary? My God Almighty! Of course, on the Iowa primary, Okay, so here, Iowa Democratic or Iowa. I'm just gonna use the word primary because, of course, if I use the other word, it's gonna be like, oh my God. Check this out. This is bizarre. This is very bizarre. All right, so the Iowa Democratic. You ever been to Iowa? No, Iowa's one. Joe Biden finished 4th. But he finished 4th in Iowa. Now they have this lame system of total statewide delegates. First of all, Bernie Sanders would have won the primary this year easily had they not cheated him in Iowa. And it was actually Bernie Sanders' fault also because he did not craft a message that resonated with Democrats. But he very likely could have. He would have easily been the front runner throughout the election. They were saying he was going to win had he won Iowa. And had Elizabeth Warren not been there, Elizabeth Warren was there to prevent Bernie Sanders. I say this as a Trump supporter. Okay? I'm voting for President Trump. I'm no longer the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, but I'm telling you. Ryan, thank you. Adam! Speaking the truth, brother, great job. Thank you, Adam Latin, and thank you so very, very much. Thank you, Adam. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for the kind words. Adam. That's greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. Be here in November. It's going to be amazing. Anthony Andrea, off-topic apologies. What do you think about the microstamping legislation proposed? Seems like I haven't really done much research on it. I probably should have, but process. That's right. Yeah, that's goes to. Doesn't even. That's not the way it works, though. This is why, Anthony. This is like these laws. Okay. Most violent crime is committed by people, by the way, who are either drunk or on some kind of narcotic. and with illegally obtained firearms. Most crimes involving firearms, the vast majority are with illegally obtained firearms. So it's not gonna. None of this stuff is gonna work. None of this stuff works. None of this stuff works. If anything, it's going to get innocent people, because somehow you're going to have a lot of innocent people get their ammunition in some either stolen or something will go on with, like, one person will have his identity stolen, and then a whole bunch of product will be purchased under that person's name. It'll be a whole mess. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you. Adam. Thank you again, Adam. But check this out, everybody. Anthony, Adam, everybody here. Check this out. They're relying on this amazing. They think that there's a route, a Biden route based on what? The 100-to-1 sentencing disparity? The fact that Biden has zero enthusiasm? Zero enthusiasm? Zero. Less than zero in many circles on the left. And so in Iowa, he was Pete Buttigieg number 1, Bernie Sanders number 2, barely lost by 1. Do you believe that it was truly one state delegate equivalent? Bernie Sanders, Pete Buttigieg got 563. Bernie Sanders 562. Check this out. Elizabeth Warren 388. If Elizabeth Warren is not there, Bernie Sanders easily wins the 2020. He loses to Trump. He would lose to Trump. It could be very close though, but he loses to Trump. But Bernie Sanders in 2016, I do believe, would have won. Now, thank God he didn't. President Trump is a fantastic president, the best president of my lifetime for like 20 reasons. But Democrats did themselves in both elections. Now, check this out. The point is that there's zero enthusiasm or support for Biden, really. This is Iowa. He needs to win Iowa. It's a swing state. He ain't going to win Iowa. Pete Buttigieg, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and then Joe Biden got 340 state delegate equivalents, which is a bunch of nonsense. Why don't they go through? Not only are they the biggest hypocrites on the popular vote, they don't use the popular vote in their own primary. Not only do they use this bizarre delegate count, which makes the Electoral College look like, and the Electoral College is the easiest thing on the planet to understand. It's 270 to win, just like the website. This is statewide delegate equivalents, and there's different alignments, and the alignments like an oil change from Mars. This is alignments and statewide delegates and all this nonsense that they make up just to prevent Bernie Sanders from winning. If it's not the coin flips, it's this nonsense. So why don't they just go with popular vote? And why do they even have statewide primaries? But they have state primaries, and then their state primaries are not even they don't even utilize popular vote. But here, Iowa, Pete Buttigieg 563 state delegate equivalents. Bernie Sanders 562. Gee, gosh, funny how that works. State delegate equivalents. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Just the way the cookie crumbles. No foul play there. Elizabeth Warren, whose very existence in the primary was foul play. Warren. Thank you, Warren. I know. Can I tell you, I might be the only person who enjoys this, but Warren. Elizabeth, come here. I want to talk to you for a second. I just want to say thank you so very much for all your help, for endorsing me in 2016. You remember when you did that, Elizabeth? You remember when you endorsed me? Remember, Elizabeth, when you endorsed me? In 2016? When I needed your help? When it was like that song, Backstabbers, they're smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Elizabeth, remember? You didn't. That's right. It never happened. You didn't endorse me, did you? Not only did you not endorse me, Elizabeth, but remember in 2020, you said that I said that I told you that you said that I said that a woman couldn't win. Remember that, Liz? Remember that, Lizzie Warren? You said that I said a woman couldn't win, which was absolute mishigas. Why would I say that to you, of all people, a woman? Just thanks for all your help. With friends like you, who needs enemies? She was there specifically to tank Bernie Sanders. Okay? That's why I know Madam Secretary will swoop in like the falcon that swooped in and grabbed with its talons the little bunny rabbit I saw 25 years ago in my uncle's house in the hills. It was a July 4th barbecue, and this little bunny rabbit was just hopping around in my uncle's garden. Happy bunny, July 4th bunny, yay! And then out, like, and then like this giant falcon comes with its talons and swoops and just takes the bunny rabbit, picks and flies away with it. And I was like, ah! And that's going to be Madam Secretary. You watch. But you have Biden with a 4th place showing in Iowa. Oh well, Iowa, it's just he didn't get 4th place showing in Iowa, and Amy Klobuchar was close to him. Okay, 4th place showing in Iowa. Fourth place showing in Iowa. Oh, well, that doesn't mean anything. I mean, there's so much enthusiasm for him. Really, where? New Hampshire. Check this out. Check this out in New Hampshire. Tom Steyer was approaching Joe Biden in New Hampshire. Not really, but check this out. Bernie Sanders in New Hampshire got 76,000 votes. 76,000 votes. Okay? Buttigieg got 72,000. Amy Klobuchar got 58,000. And Amy Klobuchar is not this progressive champion. The opposite. But she got third. Elizabeth Warren. Thanks, Warren. Thanks again. Got 27,000 votes. Joe Biden got 24,000 votes. Almost 25,000 votes. Bernie Sanders got 76,000 votes. Pete Buttigieg got 72,000 votes. Nobody really knew who Mayor Pete was around the country. He got 72,000 votes. Do you understand the man? And Joe Biden has been around for 180 years. He said it himself. He still got only 24,000 votes. This man has zero grassroots support around the country. Zero. And they must be tanking the campaign, or Madam Secretary, like the H.A. prophecy says, is going to swoop in. Either way, the H.A. Goodman prophecy, which I'm joking about, obviously, but The H.A. Goodman prophecy, which I'm joking about, but the H.A. Goodman prophecy says, get ready for 8 years of Trump. So 8 years of President Trump. That's the most important part. He got 52,000 votes less than Bernie Sanders.
Oh, but it's a left-leaning state.
Okay, then he got about 40,000, around little less than 40,000 votes less than Amy Klobuchar. Watching paint dry would be more amusing or inspiring than listening to Amy Klobuchar talk about anything. Then you have Nevada. Oh, well, he got second place. Yeah? You wanna talk about second place? You want to know how far he was from Bernie Sanders in Nevada? You want to know how far he was from Bernie Sanders? Again, with their convoluted, irrational, absurd, lame, statewide delegate system divided by, multiplied by, taking the square root of, utilizing advanced calculus and quantum theory physics and Einstein's calculations and Debbie Wasserman Schultz's calculations. The total city delegates, whatever. County convention delegates, another lame, dumb thing they come up with. This is a county delegate system, statewide delegate, county delegate equivalent system. Can you explain it? It's to cheat Bernie. Okay, that's fine. Bernie Sanders got the county convention delegates, 6,788 county convention delegates. County convention delegates. So they want to do away with the Electoral College. They want to only go popular vote, but in their own primaries, they have state primaries, and even within those state primaries, they have county convention delegates, statewide delegates, alignments, multiple different voting coin flips. You have to jump on a unicycle, crossing the Grand Canyon on a small little wire, with a bunch of people on your shoulders while actually throwing up bowling pins that are with flaming bowling pins. When you get off, then you cross the Grand Canyon, then you have to run down this steep mountain and jump into a river full of piranha and swim past the river, and then when you get there, you have to untie 30 shoelaces, and then you have to defeat Kobayashi in eating 50,000 hot dogs, and then you get the statewide delegates. That is just so fair. But do away with the Electoral College and go with the popular vote, because you definitely don't do that in your own primaries. He got 6,788 Bernie Sanders. Joe Biden got 2,927. In the total convention delegate system, city percentage delegate county system, he was around 4,000 of these units. These Democratic Party units. He was 4,000 less county convention delegate percentage units less. He had a horrendous initial primary. People were saying he was done. Then he started winning. And do you want to know who won California? Do you want to know by how many? Bernie Sanders is a human doormat, okay? I used to be the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet. The man doesn't want to fight, so why should I fight for him? And furthermore, the foreign policy The reason I loved Bernie Sanders because of foreign policy, I get that and a million times more with President Trump, who is the biggest supporter of Israel of any president we've ever had. The only Jewish state in the entire planet. Yeah, he's the antithesis. Trump is the antithesis of anti-Semitism. You want to know who defines that word? Many people in today's Democratic Party, but here, definitely left-leaning people. That's why President Trump signed an executive order using the definition of anti-Semitism from the IHRA. You can look up the organization, which knows the definition better than anyone, which directly knows the millions upon millions upon millions of lives murdered by the 1930s and 1940s Germans that Democrats claim to oppose. Yeah, right. And on college campuses, they engage in anti-Semitism all the time, based on the definition of the IHRA. And President Trump and the United States government now utilizes that definition. Didn't before. God bless President Trump. He's the best president for a bunch of reasons and for a bunch of voting groups. But just here, we'll get to California Democratic primary. Bernie Sanders won the popular vote. So they didn't have statewide statewide delegate systems. Bernie Sanders won New Gold Dream. Some commentators are saying that Trump will win landslide November 3rd, but as the fraudulent mail-in votes are counted days later, it will tip the election in favor of Biden. New Gold Dream, they're waiting to, everyone knows what they're trying to do. So if it's a landslide, I don't think anyone will accept mail-in ballots making it close. I think that what they're hoping for, New Gold Dream, this is the real danger. Okay. The real danger is you're up by 20,000 in Ohio, 20,000 in Florida, 15,000 in Minnesota. Trump is up 15,000. Trump is up 15,000 in Wisconsin. You can then you say, "Oh, look, we found so many new ballots." That's the danger. If it's like 10 or 7,000 or 10,000, that's the. If Trump is up 50,000 in these states, if he's up 77,000 in 3 states, then that's going to be an issue. Nobody will believe the Democratic Party, even they won't even believe themselves. Plus, you'll have William Barr, though, and you'll have Project Veritas, James O'Keefe, not only keeping them honest, documenting the fraud. Thank you, New Gold Dream, thank you. What he should do, what William Barr should do, is put people on the ground now. Monitor those election systems now, especially in Pennsylvania. Because the governor there is like basically said, we're going to cheat. New Gold Dream, thank you. Thank you, New Gold Dream. Scot-free! New prophecy, Trump's vaccine. Becomes first cured, first lady, boom credit. Scot-free. Scot-free! I think that this is probably... This is probably a the right, like, he's going, I don't know what's going to happen specifically with what he has. He'll be fine, though. He'll be fine. But what I do agree, it's going to help President Trump immensely. I don't think that it's going to hurt Trump at all. At all. Scot-free, thank you. Thank you. Ryan! It's divide and conquer. We are divided. Who is conquering? You know, Ryan, this is the thing. Scot-free, thank you. Ryan, I have a unique view on the country being divided. My viewpoint is the following. I don't care what Democrats do or think. I don't care what my liberal former friends or friends think. I really don't care if they vote for Clinton when she replaces Biden, or they vote for Biden, or they vote for, Gumby or Carrot Top. I don't care if they take a rocket ship and fly to Mars. People voting for President Trump do not care at all about what Democrats think or what they do. It's the Democrats, mainstream, Hollywood, corrupt intelligence officials that are trying to grasp on to fleeting power and influence. There will never again be a Bush, President Obama paradigm in the United States of America. Never again. Never again. There will never be this this viewpoint that, well, because we're respected by the media, that means we deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. Or, I can drink Flint water and get away with it because, supremacy. I just think that you have the Democratic Party, the Lincoln Project people, you have Hollywood, you have a whole bunch of liberals who don't mind that Libya has been destroyed, but they don't like Trump's debate performance. Trump's debate performance is a more egregious atrocity than President Obama destroying Libya with a failed NATO intervention. This is the way the left thinks. And they cannot rebound from that type of warped mentality. So I really don't think the country is that divided. I think you have a bunch of sore losers that will spin and use hyperbole and make the most absurd, irrational, illogical, apoplectic, seething, fuming, hysterical, fanatical leaps of logic, arguments that make no sense at all, simply because they're scorned. You have a bunch of sore losers. You have millions upon millions of people who just put a premium on a person's personality over what they accomplish. President Trump has allocated more funding to historically black colleges and universities and made this funding permanent. No Democratic president has ever done this. Yet he's mean. Trump is mean. President Obama, there are now human beings bought and sold in Libya because of President Obama's failed NATO intervention. But Trump is mean. The left is lost. It's completely lost it. They've completely lost it. So, Ryan, that's a great, great point. It's a great point. But I don't see this like, when you see like Portland or Seattle, old school dad man. I think there were a lot of voters who wanted the first female woman president in 2016 and voted D. I believe it's a totally different and a landslide victory this time for Trump. I think it's going to be a decisive victory. I hope landslide. I am still predicting that Clinton will replace Biden. But if they're so inept in going with Biden, they're done. I mean, done. But old school dad, man, yeah, Biden has no chance. We saw that he in the first three primaries, He was horrendous. And you can't win without support from the left. If you don't have, like, incredible support from the left in the Democratic Party, you're done. Old school dad man. Thank you, old school dad man, as always. Brooke Bonilla. Brooke. Thank you, Brooke. Trump 2020, Don Jr. 2024. I agree with you. I trust President Trump's family. I do not trust the Democrats or any group or family within the Democratic Party. I trust President Trump's family. I want to know what his family has done wrong. Nothing. They said Trump Jr. They say that Ivanka used a private email. She didn't have special access program intelligence on the email. It's like she didn't have servers. I want to know what his family did wrong. You want to talk about families? Biden's... You can go and he keeps saying, my son did nothing wrong. Yeah, well, how did you treat Donald Trump Jr. for literally doing nothing wrong? Millions from the Moscow mayor's wife, or just being in a meeting where nobody committed a crime at the meeting. Well, because they were looking at Clinton's emails, but the emails were apparently yoga emails. So what's the problem? They were deleted emails about yoga. So I want to know what the problem was. Wasn't it about yoga? Oh, that's right. They lie through their teeth, always. Brooke Bonilla, thank you so much. I agree with you. Because you're talking about people, see, the least corrupt president we've ever had is President Trump. The least corrupt. Now, they say he's the most corrupt. They cannot impeach. They didn't even impeach him on a specific crime. I want to know a crime he's committed. I can give you crimes that Madam Secretary committed. I can give you corruption from President Obama, like real corruption, like drinking Flint water and saying it's not poisonous when it is. That is a corrupt thing to do. Infinitely worse than anything President Trump did. I want to know what Trump has done is worse than drinking poisoned water. Tell me what's worse. Tell me what's worse than having a Secretary of State literally with private computer servers where nobody in the United States government can know what she's doing. Arya, he did, but it wasn't really. I don't even think it was Flint water. They said that it was purified, but I don't even think it was Flint water. Brooke Bonilla, thank you. I agree with you. They impeached Bill Clinton on actual criminal statutes. Oh, my goodness. They said I committed obstruction of justice and that I committed perjury. They were asking me, is you engaging in relations? I said, I is not. So what is? I is with you. How can I be engaging in relations when I is with you? What is? Come on now. Brooke, thank you. Rich. Rich. Ay. Rich. I can't comment on that. Rich Westlake. I want to tell you what, Rich Westlake. I am so offended and upset that you said that. And I just want to say, actually, I don't mind that at all. No, I'm joking. Rich Westlake, thank you. Rich Westlake, thank you. Rich, thank you for your generosity always. Thank you, Rich. New Gold Dream. I voted for Obama twice, as did I. But then he issued these strange executive orders about... Exactly. He wanted from farm resources. Trump did order to reduce drug prices. Exactly. President Trump's executive orders address these things. Sam, it was about a year process. Rich, thank you. New Gold Dream. And then with me, it was sending Americans off to Syria. I didn't understand the concept of that. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? What good can happen? After everything we've learned from Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld, what good could happen with that? Thank you. New Gold Dream. Rich, thank you. Twan win! So many people are turned off to mainstream media and getting plugged into alternative media like HA. Thank you, Twan. Yes. Twan win. Thank you. Yeah, there are so many great... Adam again. Thank you so very much, Adam. Latinen, thank you. Leighton, thank you. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Adam, thank you so very, very much, Adam. Thank you. Again, thank you so much. You know, Twan, J-Man. I'm with her. Love them. J-Man, thank you. Twan, there's so many great channels. There's just so many awesome channels. I mean, Anthony Brian Logan is fantastic. Brandon Tatum is fantastic. They had a collaboration, both of those gentlemen, that was pretty awesome just recently. You have Black Conservative Patriot. He's fantastic. Nick DiPaolo is awesome. Obviously, Styx and Tim Pool. You have a lot of just fantastic channels. But Twan, you're right. I mean, there's definitely... Thank you, Luke. Thank you. There's definitely a need. Like, I have to say, and I don't say this lightly, Tim Pool is a national treasure. I don't say this lightly, and I'm not trying to embrace anyone's rear end. The man is a national treasure. I would say Andy No also is a national treasure. But Tim Pool on YouTube, he deserves 10 million subs. He has 1 million in one channel and 1 million in another. Over 1 million in one channel and almost 1 million in another. He deserves 10 million. And he is having a profound impact on this election that people don't realize. They do not realize the impact that Tim Pool has because the man is extremely, extremely logical and rational. And he doesn't have, this is the thing, he doesn't have an ulterior motive. Like, I never had an ulterior motive. When I was on the left, I truly believed Bernie would be a transformative force. Now, it's obviously Trump is a transformative force. And I truly believed Bernie would reverse U.S. foreign policy. Now, Trump is doing that. I wanted a president to do that. Reversing U.S. foreign policy is infinitely more important than addressing climate change, in my view, which is important. Yeah, it's important. What Trump is doing with U.S. foreign policy is infinitely more important, in my view. But, I mean, Tuan Nguyen, you're 100% right. the great thing about Tim Pool is that he was a journalist, a true journalist, where he started on the left, and he probably is still on the left on most issues, or a great many issues, but he's looking at President Trump. He doesn't like Trump's personality. But he's obviously saying the man is a lot better than the alternative, which is the Democratic Party, that they're all over the place. See, if you're on the left, say I was on the left. I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post. I was a Bernie supporter and a Bernie bro before it became fashionable and cool and accepted. Like long before it became accepted. You don't have the Daily Beast running hit pieces on like pro Bernie people anymore. They did with me. An unethical, inaccurate, absurd hit piece. But see, that's the thing. The left always tries to silence. But see, you have people. I believe. I'm not sure, but Ian Miles Chong might have always been conservative. I think Andy Ngo was on the left. I know Tim Pool was on the left. I was definitely on the left. And you get a perspective. So Tim Pool gives this perspective that most people don't have. And the man's a national treasure. I can't say enough. New goal dream. Should we consider a worst case scenario if Trump spends more time, more than 3 days at Walter Reed? I'd be worried if he spent more than 3 days, but I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be too worried. New goal dream. I wouldn't be too worried because He has to take a week or 2 weeks. I mean, let's put it this way. What he should do, new goal dream, is he should have interviews with people like on Fox. He should have sit-down interviews. Get Tucker Carlson or Sean Hannity to fly up to the White House. Have an interview, What Trump should do is ask Joe Rogan to fly to D.C. if Joe Rogan would want to. Trump should be smart. And thank you, Kane Mack. Thank you. Thank you so much. President Trump, new goal dream, has to be smart. He has to be smart. He has to preserve his energy and protect his health. And I mean, I swear to God, have Tim Pool go to Trump needs to do this type of thing right before the election. Already, Trump supporters and independents who lean towards Trump, they run the internet. You can go, they run the internet. Go on YouTube sections of the MSNBC, CNN, you will see sometimes you'll see maybe a third will be Trump voters. That's not the case on Fox or, Twan! Dr. Carolyn Barasenko was a liberal until she went to a Trump rally. I think you're right. I think I remember hearing her story. People, they don't. That's right. They don't get it. They don't get it. People don't understand. And this is also a ploy by Democrats. They don't want to understand. They don't want to understand why people would vote for Trump. They do not want to understand why a person would vote for Trump. So that's also part of it. It's they stick their head in the sand and they don't want to the Democratic Party is like an ostrich that sticks its head in the sand and doesn't want to look and face reality. The reality is people are voting for President Trump for a reason. And you know what? I'm telling you, Clinton has to be replacing Biden. And that prediction stands. Because Biden has no. And just they're even saying, no, Trump could be replaced. Well, Biden can be replaced too. And it doesn't have to be a calamity, God forbid. It could simply be a vote like, okay, the charade is over. The man cannot win. Biden cannot win. He cannot win, not because, like, when people said Trump couldn't win, he obviously could. They couldn't see his personality. They thought his personality was an impediment. His personality is a plus. When you're dealing with the most cutthroat, backstabbing, cheaters, yeah, his personality is great because he fights back. I'm looking at Biden objectively. As a former Democrat, objectively. I'm objectively saying Clinton is infinitely better. Hillary Clinton could possibly win. Hillary Clinton is infinitely better than Biden. I'm being objective. Biden has zero support. Zero. Less than zero. Less than zero support. So I have no clue what they're doing because they can't be tanking their election. I don't think they want the Durham probe to continue. I don't think they want Operation Legend and the Durham probe. I just don't think they want this. Like, I don't see Democrat, like, they're going to lose. Like, let's say they went with Biden and they lose the election. It's like, well, you went with Tales from the Crypt. So like, what did you think would happen? Then you have the Hill. Chelsea Clinton says she has no interest in rekindling friendship. What? With more than complicit Ivanka? More than complicit? Really? Complicit in what? More than in her father's theories, sexism and racism? Oh my God! Yeah, here we go again. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this election, you had a curveball just now with President Trump. You had an off-speed pitch and a curveball with Amy Coney Barrett. I'm telling you, there's another off-speed pitch coming. I'm telling you. It's not the fastball that gets people out in the majors. It's the off-speed pitch. It's the curveball. It's the sinker. It's the cutter. Pete Solano, cool haircut, H.N.E. haircut. I'm starting to look like a rocker from the 80s because our barbers are closed to Trump supporters. I don't know. Pete, are you saying that they just won't cut the hair of Trump supporters, or you're in a state that, like, California just recently opened up hair salons? I think Pelosi helped with that, which is kind of hilarious. Pete Solano, thank you. Thank you for the kind words, Pete. It's not like the media and the political establishment. They're used to people expecting the fastball. But if you throw 98, 97, 96, 95, a major league hitter will hit that. They'll hit that fastball. That 95 miles per hour to a major league batter, you don't even have to be one of the best. Is not, they can hit that. I can go to the batting cage and hit 80 consistently. So major league batter is going to hit 93, 94, 95. But what gets major league batters out is the sinker, the slider, the curveball, the off-speed pitch. You have to have, and so this election has already seen Amy Coney Barrett was a hard slider, sinker, like, curveball. And President Trump just threw a curveball. Now, God bless him. I mean, I would much rather him not have this, and Melania, but this actually helps him politically immensely. I'm telling you, the next month is going to be like a year. This every day is going to be its own saga. And they're heading towards Armageddon. They're heading towards the end of their political party. Paul Klupax. Okay, actually 25th on Biden and Lightning. If by demonic miracle they win. Paul Klupax. That was awesome. I like that. I think it's still going to be, I'm telling you, my prediction with Clinton still stands. I mean, Trump's going 8 years. But Paul Klupax, thank you. That's true. That's true. I'm telling you, there are other twists and turns that we haven't seen. And I'm telling you, people, it's going to be Clinton. I'm telling you. I don't know how, and I don't know when. But I will have made the biggest political call of all time, or just a very good, solid political call, 2 elections in a row. Why not? It's fantastic. Fantastic. Better than the apoplectic fools on the left that lost 2 elections. It's hashtag you lost twice. Hashtag you lost twice. Twitter also is not like, they think that like, how many active users for politics do you think there are? There are probably maybe at most 1,000. At most, I'm being generous here, 1,000 accounts on the left, from journalists to politicians to Hollywood celebrities to activists. I mean, I'm being generous, that really create buzz within the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party revolves around 1,000 profiles on Twitter. That's it. I don't have a Twitter account. If you see anyone impersonating me, contact Twitter. They're breaking the law. But they live these thousands, these 1,000 accounts, from AOC to Bette Midler to Madam Secretary, whatever. To like former directors, 80 celebrities, whatever. These 1,000 accounts probably generate 95% of all the left-leaning or all the Democratic Party tweets that are retweeted and everything. So that is not 320 million Americans. 320 million Americans do not care about a cyber world that will be as relevant as MySpace in about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years. And the meltdown is going to be cataclysmic. Cataclysmic. Paul Klupax, thank you. Pete Solano! Biden running for president reminds me of the game Plants vs. Zombies. Pete Solano, thank you. Pete Solano, thank you. The meltdown is going to be so epic. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to read when we win, because we're going to win. Because Biden, if you watched paint dry, okay, paint watches Biden dry. That's how boring he is. Paint watches Biden dry. If you just stared at the wall, Any wall. If you just went like this, that would be far more interesting than listening to Biden. He's the most boring. He's not even relevant enough to be a threat to democracy. And then you have Democrats, he's such a good person. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's a slimeball. Ask Tara Reid. Ask the people in Libya. Ask the people who've suffered from Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld's foreign policy. You can't directly link climate change to specific events. You can directly link Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld's foreign policy and President Obama's foreign policy directly to horrendous atrocities. Directly. So, but, like, I'm going to read the tweets. I'm going to read the world has ended. That's it. Our country's over. The country's over. The country's no more. We have no more country. No more country. Everything's done. That's it. Pack it up. It was fun while it lasted. Now pack it up. Mr. Tuck applied for. Where did Biden's eyebrow go? I don't know. Mr. Tuck applied for. Thank you. Mr. Tuck applied for. I don't know, but Biden was like, come on, man. Come on, man. Mr. Tuck applied for. I think that's where it went. Aria Lee. Do a Mitch.
Nancy, how about hashtag 3 Supreme Court justices? Nancy, when you were in the salon, the hair salon, getting your coif, did you think about Amy Coney Barrett and 3 Supreme Court nominees? Were you thinking about that, Nancy, when you were getting your due? Amy Coney Barrett, Nancy. Amy Coney Barrett, Nancy. Why don't you think about that, Nancy, when you think of me?
I wish I could. I'm losing my Mitch. I'm losing my Mitch.
Nancy. ABC. Amy. ACB.
Kieran! Sim. Kieran! Thank you so very much. Joe Biden is a potato. Kieran, thank you. Thank you, Kieran, to my Australian crew. Very strong Australian crew. Thank you, Kieran. Thank you so very, very much. Kieran, thank you. I hope all is well. Please be here and tell everyone in Australia, be here. Kieran and everyone in Australia, be here on November 3rd, going into November 4th. It'll be November 4th your time. I think, yeah. Be here. It'll be the best live stream in all of YouTube. Oh my God. Karen, thank you so very much. Susan Gillenwater. Susan, thank you. Susan, thank you so very, very much. Susan Gillenwater, thank you so very, very much. Paul Bartlett, hello. Paul Bartlett, Susan Gillenwater, thank you. Aria, thank you.
Nancy, when you were getting your due, when you were getting your hair coiffed, and I, in Kentucky, that's why all the ladies love me. They call me the turkey. I get my hair.
I can't do it. Oh my God.
Did you think of ACB, Amy Coney Barrett, the notorious ACB?
I want to read you this, everybody. I'm going to get a tattoo on my chest, and it's going to say Helmut Norpoth. Helmut Norpoth! It's just gonna say Helmut Norpoth right here on my chest. Political science. This is Stony Brook University News. Maverick modeler Helmut Norpoth predicts another win for Trump, August 3rd, 2020. Yeah, baby, yeah. Political scientist Helmut Norpoth fields media calls every week seeking comments on the upcoming presidential election. Why the interest? In 2016, he was one of a handful of experts who correctly predicted the outcome of the U.S. presidential election. By the way, I did. NPR quoted me. The link is below. The link will be below. It should be below. Political scientist Helmut Norpoth fields media calls every week seeking comments. Norpoth, a professor at Stony Brook's Department of Political Science, has enjoyed notable success forecasting elections based on his primary model, a statistical representation of U.S. presidential races based on data going back more than a century. In 2020, his model again projects a Trump victory, giving the incumbent president a 90% chance of being reelected in a landslide. If it's a landslide. My God. You know what? I'm just going to do a live stream. It might be on my other channel. This is the live stream. If it's a landslide, this is what it'll be. That's what all I'll do. It'll be like a silent movie of me just being happy. Adam! Yan San Long, hello. Adam, thank you so very much. Latinan, thank you so very, very much. Adam, thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Bruce Wayne. I don't know. Bruce Wayne, thank you. Love Bruce Wayne. Thank you, Bruce. Aaron Paradiso. What was... That was a shirt crease. A crease of the shirt. I'm going to go with the crease of the shirt, Aaron Paradiso. I'm going to go with what is a crease of the shirt. I'm just going to roll with that. Abide by YouTube policies. And any of the apoplectic haters on the left. It was a crease in the shirt. There's no way that they would ever get debate questions. This is another thing, Aaron, everybody. After Trump wins again, it'll be the last era. It'll be the last of an era of snarky headlines. No, Bernie Sanders wasn't cheated. No, Clinton didn't get debate questions. No, Trump isn't going to win GOP nominee. No, Trump isn't going to be president. Yes, Trump worked with Russia. No, Bernie Sanders can't win. And then you find all of these things out. It's like, no, the Steele dossier wasn't riddled with disinformation. They're always wrong, and then they expect you to revere them. It's like, no, you're always wrong. So why would I revere you? Ryan! The most important vice presidential debate since Burr Hamilton. Ryan! Pence is going to easily win. But he needs to actually bring up issues important to the left, like the 100-to-1 sentencing disparities. Basically, Helmut said, he utilizes votes. When I looked at New Hampshire and saw that Donald Trump got 85% of the votes, and the closest challenger was Bill Weld at 10%, I was pretty sure that the model was going to predict with the model. If Trump had only got 55%, I may not predict that Trump would have a chance to win. Maybe. It would depend on the other side as well. But here, he says that he just crushed the primaries. People have forgotten how Joe Biden did in New Hampshire. He was terrible. He got 8.4% of the vote. which is unbelievable for a candidate with any aspirations of being president. This man has been propped up. Nobody wants this man. That's what I'm telling you. Clinton is going to replace Botox B, the exhumed body. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam, Ryan, everyone here, thank you so very, very, very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm running out of steam. It's well over an hour and a half. God bless you all. God bless President Trump. God bless the First Lady, Melania Trump. God bless you. Thank you so much, everyone. Your support to me, I really can't tell you how much it means to me. I'm telling you, honestly, I cannot tell you how much it means to me. I don't have $20 million in venture capital funding. And I don't have political action committees that funnel money from one PAC to another, like some people. But your support is greatly, greatly appreciated. And God bless you all. I'll see you tomorrow, everyone. Subscribe to H.A. Goodman's other channel. I have a very important segment on that channel regarding President Trump. People, they're heading towards an iceberg. We're heading towards an oasis. So you could do the math on that one. Give me your thoughts below. That dorsal fin circling Biden ain't flipper. It's Madam Secretary. I will see you tomorrow, everyone. God bless. To my super chat, thank you. Moderators, Eric, H526, Luke St. Martin, thank you so very, very much. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow.